Hey there everybody, it's me, DeoGenZ, and it's time for more Pokemon Colosseum. Last we left off, we were capturing some shadow Pokemon in the battle square. Now this windmill is pretty impressive. Look at these gears! See now, some of these look more massive than the 5th gen Clink. Clink Clang and Clank Clinkety Gidgy Gear, whatever its name is, those gear Pokemon that are sorry excuse for a Pokemon. Those gears could defeat them. All it would have to do is turn, crunch the metal. And I don't believe we battled this guy. So we'll bring him some joy by defeating him. Oh, and there's the Poke Shop in the background. I didn't even notice that before until I saw the hologram of the ball coming out as a signpost on a zoo reel. So adorable. Bounce and bounce and bounce and bounce and bounce. After we defeat this guy. Oh! And he's got a shadow too. Excellent. Well, we'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Or we'll kill 1 Pokemon bird with 1 stone and capture the other, really. But I think he's the last of the battle square people we have to verse. Of course, we could always come back for experience points and de-shadowization. But I want to keep this walkthrough at a good pace, so we're going to go forward on our path to finding what's so shady about this town. Where did these shadows come from? They don't just spawn out of nowhere. They're not like, what are those things called in Twilight Princess? The things that materialize out of different dimensions. The Ing? No, now I'm thinking of Metroid. Oh well. I'm sure the comments will come to me. That was close. That was close. You know, I get so nervous whenever I launch a move with Umbreon now because sometimes he's too good. He gets critical hits when I don't need them, like Makuhita. But that's part of the randomness of Pokemon. So it makes each file you start out a little bit different from the others. It's unfortunate that you don't have, in the end, all of your past save files to keep. I mean, I suppose you could. You potentially could have backed them up on a separate memory card, but I did not have the time nor money to do that. But it would be cool if the game showed you, oh, this is how good you were back then, but look at what you do now. Oh, and he fights back with an Igglybuff. It gets Mischievous mad! She's bummed out because Azuril's about done. Oh, it is just adding insult to injury here with this hyper mode. She's pissed. But Igglybuff, you know, cannot be attacked by ghost types. Shadow Rush will work perfectly. But we calm Mischievous down quickly. And look at that, there's only 2 more shadow gauges to be depleted. And Mischievous will be back to normal? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know how these shadow Pokemon work. Maybe if they stay with a good trainer long enough. I guess we're good trainers. I hope so. We were making people cry back in Phoenix City, but those were rich, wealthy people expecting to win every time, so maybe they were not tampered to it. Not tampered to the loss of Pokemon battles. It's a big part. And it will happen to us if Mischievous keeps going into hyper mode. For me, hyper mode is kind of a binding lock that I can't really go forward and attack with. I could take the opportunity of powered up hyper mode attack to wage more damage on my foes, but I really want to purify the poke. So, call, and this one is all on you right now, Umbreon. Keep the battle going! But when you do call, look at the big advantage of depletion of that shadow you get. It's almost gone in the 2nd bar now. It's brilliant. Oh, and there you go. That's exactly what I needed to happen. See, Umbreon is here in a pinch. Sometimes the luck of the game doesn't go your way. You get a critical hit and you kill the shadow. Sometimes it does go your way, and you get a flinch when you bite. Or you yourself get a critical hit. Ha! That is all of Mischievous's rage. Oh, I thought Igglybuff flattened like Jigglypuff. I think the death animation for a Jigglypuff is it flattens like into a jiggly paper and then floats away. Not with Igglybuff. Not that condensable yet. But that was all of Mischievous' rage in a Shadow Rush. It's still a Shadow type, even though it's closer to being purified. Shadow Rush will still be effective. And it helps, because Ghost-type moves would have been useless there. We would have had to use supporting Confuse Rays and such, but I do not like to use those tactics. I like to hit them hard, hit them fast, and capture them while I can. And speaking of capturing them while I can, I think that our stock of Great Balls needs to be restored. If you don't want to get hurt, beat it. Okay, so Kale, another friendly resident of Pyrite Town. I was calling it Pyrite City before, because it was so thuggish. But it's a town. I don't know, I hear town and I think of a cheery old person village or an NPC town in Minecraft. I don't think of Pyrite Town with Kale and his wisecracks. He's shady, he certainly knows something. We're gonna have to find a way to better screen answers from him. And money is tight, so we are not going to get any more or any less balls than we need. Okay, let's go back and get finding what is up with Pyrite Town. First, I want to go see something in Phoenix City, though. Not. Psych. Jump cuts. I love doing them. Anyway, this is the fortune teller, Fatine. She will tell you her fate, our fate, her fate. What's the point of that? My fate is this, Sonny. I will sit in this chair the rest of my life, but I can tell your fortune. And it leads to dark places. So, that's fine. Does the Pokemon shop here? No. We don't really want to go to the Pokemon shop. We want to go to the news and see what's going on. I'm trying to remember what to do at this point because we have to get entered into the Colosseum. But if we go there at this time, I edited that stuff out. But if we did, it wouldn't allow us to go in. There's already being a battle commenced. So move out of the way, Chi! We need to find a way to get entered ourselves. Alright, so if that building doesn't hold the answer, the last building other than this one is the hotel, which just wants to heal your Pokemon for a price. Duking, the Colosseum dude. And he's busy. Okay, but the lookout, there's nothing behind this bookshelf. Well, let's look at the bookshelf, thanks. Yeah, the easiest way to get someone to do something is to say, don't do it. And then the rebellion kicks in. Wow, you startled me. How'd you get in here? That's weird. My brother is supposed to be the lookout. Yeah, he's not a very good lookout. He's more like a dead giveaway out. What's so important? What could kids at a table talking over copious amounts of what looks to be soda be so important? Duking, how much more are you going to take from Mirror B and his stooges? They're using you in the Colosseum. What is the matter with you? Have they sucked the spirit right out of you? I have a mustache. So you just clam up. I've lost faith in you. The man that went out is Silva, but he's really angry. His face looked all scary. Hey, who's that dude? Oh, but you're still busy. You don't talk to anyone, do you? Alright, this Silva guy, he looks like he's on the right track. He's talking about Mirror B. And hey, we didn't battle this guy. Maybe he's got a shadow Pokemon over by the hotel. Another shady looking guy. Look at him in his yellow handkerchief. He's up to no good. Well, you can just tell. Not even looking at the handkerchief. His eyes, they look pissed off. And they're perpetually that way. You know, I thought these were intense graphics, but looking at the graphics of today, it's amazing how things change. It's like, it can get more pretty and beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, Mischievous is almost fully depleted in her shadow meter. We're gonna have to switch that up. I like using Mischievous, and she is a strong ally. Wow, that is a powerful Shadow Rush. But I want to give the other shadows on our team a chance to shine and get rid of their shadow. Man, imagine that. Oh, I lost my shadow. Now nobody can see me coming. I can't even see myself coming because I have no shadow No light casts anything off my body. It'd be great if I had a Surf right now. Take both these Pokemon out at once. Maybe you could if you train a Croconaw. No, I'm kidding. I actually don't know if it knows Surf. It knows some water move. But since I've chosen Quilava, I'm not focusing on Croconaw right now. We will have a chance to see it again. I hope. Probably if we find Mirror B. If I had to guess, they fled back to this town. They dug into some hole, some seedy side of this town. And they're not coming out. They don't want to relinquish their shadows. They're like, oh, you saw what happened to Rozo? Got his Quilava snagged by the ex-Snag'em member, DeoGenZ. Go watch a Pokemon. Interesting fact about the Snag'em machine, though, and the morality of the game. Even if you're fighting an evil person, and they have a non-shadow Pokemon, and you think, well, what if I just disarm this guy? What if I just take all his evil Pokemon away from him? I'll be a better trainer for them. I'm good. Well, unfortunately, since you're always traveling with Chi, Chi is sort of the yin to your yang, and she will not let you capture other trainers' Pokemon, meaning if they're not Shadow, you cannot capture them. Sorry, not possible. Wow, that is a deep chasm. If this rusty rickety bridge broke, we'd all have broken legs. Awesome Pokemon. Wasn't Kale the guy hanging out by the entrance? He was. And he has shady Pokemon. Shady, shadowy Pokemon, if I had to guess. No, there's nothing odd about these Pokemon. They're just super high leveled. Now you will pay! Oh man, imagine if that's really what Kale has gotten from the Colosseum. That would be awful. It's dreaded! Well, we'll just have to see. Mr. Kale. I cook you in the stove and eat you like a leafy green. If you want to know that much, come for a battle. The rogue Kale. Look at him in his crazy jumpsuit. Oh, he's a rogue. He's rogue. He's so rogue he doesn't have time to put on pants and his shirt. He just puts on a whole suit. I'm a rogue. He's got goggles too. Well, goggles I don't see as being rogue in a town like this. I imagine sandstorms would pass by here quite frequently. But forget the sandstorms. He's got a shadow. And it's a Foorit. Aw, poor Foorit. What did you do to that cute, cuddly looking... Oh my gosh! Massive striking Foorit. To make it a shadow. You sick bastard. But it seems as though he won it in the Colosseum from what that other shady creep was saying at the receptionist's desk. Ralts is a piece of cake to take out. Thank you very much, Mr. Viss. Pretty fun to mess around with psychics, darks, and ghost types from the beginning of the game. Something that you don't normally get to do if you're playing a normal RPG. That is in this franchise. Yeah, you keep using strength. Keep using that non-shadow move. That works for us. Don't take recoil damage at this time. If you do, I'll be pissed. Mr. Viss will be pissed. And you don't want to unleash her Shadow Rush. I'm being nice and attacking you with the Shadow Ball. Shadow Rush? Huh. It's all over. And maybe we can get a flinch status on that for it. I think they might be easier to... Oh, of course you're going to bide your time. I think they might be easier to capture if they flinch. When it comes to bide, you have to keep in mind that it's going to be 2 turns to take in damage from you. Hold on. Yumo Guegwe Fai Mizao, Yumo Guegwe Fai Mizao, Yumo Guegwe Fai Mizao, Yumo Guegwe Fai... Yes! Good magic must defeat dark magic! It worked again. Kale in your shadowy figure. But with Bide, 2 turns it takes to take in damage, so if you have the power, if you can run the damage calcs fast in your head, and you saw by how much your attack did last turn, then get rid of that Pokemon. Don't let them stay on the field. Don't let them bide more time to later attack you, because if you fail, to fully defeat them when they're biding their time and they unleash that power, you can kiss whoever is that target goodbye. Whether it's Umbreon or Mischievous, you're pretty much done at that point. Oh, but my chop's getting pumped. I think it's too late for you to get pumped. You need to take a Shadow Rush. Calm down. We don't need any roided out Machops. This is not the Jersey Shore. I may be in Jersey, but you do not need to get pumped. You're pumped up enough. Getting pumped, in my vision, in this game would be being a Shadow Poke. Yeah, that's right. My Shadow Pokemon! You want to speak now, buddy? Ah! That was it. That lying Mirror B. It came up with this fancy, tough-sounding name. Shadow Pokemon. You guys be careful, too. Don't be played for a sucker. Shadow Pokemon? That's what it's called? A Shadow Pokemon? And they're being given away at the Colosseum.
I trust things are going according to plan, Mirror B.
Oh, yes, indeed, Master Nicecore. Our plan is coming along in a lovely peachy keen way. We have already broken Duke in spirit. We can do as we please at the Colosseum without his meddling. We've been giving away Shadow Pokemon on the sly to challenge the winners for gathering data.
Good. The others also appear to be doing their parts to implement our plan. Our Shadow Pokemon plan is falling into place quickly. The final phase is not far off.
This is perking up my spirit and body. Oh, I feel like dancing.
Save your dancing until our plan succeeds. I'm off.
Okay then. I shall make my return to the cave where my darling Pokemon be. Let the music play.
They're just standing around like, how did we be henchmen for this fool? Yep, there's no choice, friends. We must take on the Colosseum Challenge.